What's up, everybody? It is episode 26 of Trouble in Paradise. Yours truly, Brett Paradise, coming back at you right here. As you can see, we're here in Green Tree, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh, home of my boys, the Steelers. Sitting at 4-4 right now, still looking pretty good at top of the division. So first thing I want to do here with episode 26 of Trouble in Paradise, just get a quick roundup, because unlike some other people, I can't afford to get highlights or clips of anything like that. So I'm just going to give it to you in about 60 seconds what's going on so far. Okay, Monday Night Raw. Asuka and Becky Lynch had it was a really good match, really blow-away match. Street Profits are coming on strong. Those guys are entertaining on the mic and decent in the ring. Passable, but they are personalities, and that is exactly what Raw WWE sorely needs, okay? Now you've got the Seth and Bray situation up top for the WWE Heavyweight Championship, or not the Heavyweight, the WWE Championship, Universal, whatever. You got that atop. That's pretty compelling. Again, you gotta know that Paul Heyman is writing this. He is writing Monday Night Raw without question, because there is no way that this divorce court thing, as the main event with Rusev and Lana and Lashley, it just reeks of Heyman writing this, and it's just gross. I mean, you can tell they're really starting to step it up in terms of that, but to have that as the main event when you have blowaway matches like the Asuka versus Becky Lynch one. Now you got Shayna Baszler coming in with her NXT title, and now the other thing that they've got is Hunter coming in, talking to Seth, and Hunter with the NXT coming in and invading WWE programming, and he says, "Are you with us or against us?" Now, the only problem I have with that is, seems a little like he's playing the role of Eric Bischoff in NXT as NWO. Is anybody seeing a parallel here? I don't know. Now, as far as Dynamite goes, Dynamite, as of this recording, just got wrapped up for this week, this past Wednesday, and I'm telling you right now, Cody Rhodes playing the role of babyface against heel Ric Flair. This is NWA/WCW written all over again, but they're still doing it the right way, and everything's good. Shawn Spears being managed by Tully Blanchard, not quite sure what to think about it. They're doing heelish things, I don't know. You got Sammy Guevara, another guy that's one of those top main event kind of players. Looking good, not bad. Now, moving on to the meat and potatoes of of what we are doing right here on this edition of Trouble in Paradise. By the way, right now, I gotta tell you about this. This is awesome. I took my glasses off. This is how serious this is. Check this out. I have a sponsor, and you know who the sponsor is? Me, Pizza Paradise. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I have started my own pizza company. You want pizza? I'll take you to Paradise. Pizza Paradise. That's a good salsa. New sponsor for the Brett Paradise, Trouble in Paradise. You gotta love it. You want more of it. Ta-ting. All right, now, for this one, I had to bring a couple of sight gags for you, okay? Because this is kind of good. Now, I made at the Record Exchange, or the Exchange on West Liberty Avenue in Dormont, right outside the heart of Pittsburgh, I made probably what is the best DVD purchase possibly ever. It is Royal Rumble, the complete anthology. Okay? This is 20 years of Royal Rumble from 1988 to 1998. Royal Rumble anthology. 20 years of Royal Rumble. Now, that just got me to thinking that, in all honesty, Royal Rumble, it is the pay-per-view. It is the best 3 hours of television, episodic television, that you could possibly buy. Each year is packed with multiple different storylines, all happening at once, wrapped up in a nice 3 hour time period. But the main course, the meat and potatoes of that, is the fact that is the actual Rumble itself. Now, there are a couple matches before that are like the filler, but I'm telling you what, 3 hours well spent each pay-per-view. Okay, so I just want to give a quick wrap up of each one of them because this is exactly what wrestling is. Royal Rumble is probably, to me, is the greatest thing to come from Vincelandia in terms of episodic wrestling television viewing. Now, I just want to go over just like a little 10-second snippet of each year. Okay, so you've got 1988, 1989. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Big John Studd. Big John Studd winning in 1989 was kind of like the Lifetime Achievement Award for him because he was pretty much at the tail end of his career, and he wouldn't be around too much longer afterwards. Duggan, he's Hogan's buddy, so he was getting the rub for that. That's the way I see 88 and 89. Now, 1990 and 91. 90 was when Hogan was at his best. He was at his peak, and all his buddies his Dino Bravos, the Earthquakes, all of those guys, were getting their rub and their push. Brother Love doing the Brother Love show, Reverend Slick, the whole nine. Those guys all had their moments in 1990. Now, 1991, Hogan was just starting to decline. It was just starting to happen. However, political strife being what it is, the Iraq War happened, Sergeant Slaughter turns heel, they capitalize on it, so Hogan has to come in and save the day for America, and he does that. They do that perfectly leading up to that belt. Also, what happens that year, Macho Man Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, setting up the retirement match, which leads into SummerSlam 91, the match made in heaven, match made in hell. So it was actually, that's another excellent one. You got a bunch of jabronis in the Royal Rumble. Now, 92, all about Flair. Woo! The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, top to bottom. That all they did the whole time. That it was dedicated. The 1992 Royal Rumble, top to bottom, was dedicated to Flair with the Brain, Bobby the Brain Heenan, at his absolute finest, at his absolute best in terms of color commentary. He is at his peak. If you want to define good color commentary in the world of professional wrestling, you go watch Royal Rumble 1992, top to bottom, fantastic. Gorilla Monsoon at his absolute insufferable best too. 92. 93. This is the weird time where it's Yokozuna. They're talking about it's like Yokozuna wins the 93 battle, the 93 Royal Rumble, and he goes on to face Bret Hart, and we all know the cluster that was WrestleMania 9. Don't have to go into that necessarily. However, with Yokozuna, it was a weird transition time because Hogan was on his way out. He didn't show up. That was a whole thing. That is one Trouble in Paradise that I could dedicate a whole episode to. Okay, 93, 94, Bret and Lex go over the top rope at the same time. We don't know who wins. That sets up the whole mess that was WrestleMania 10. But what spawned from that is the WrestleMania 10 match between Bret and Owen. That is one of the top 5 greatest matches of all time, which is another Trouble in Paradise I will get to in a minute. Okay, 95, HBK, 1 foot. 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, front to back. Started one, ended all the way. It was the HBK Dedication Fest. 96, HBK, once again, back to back. Coming off his concussion, leading up to the Iron Man match at WrestleMania. Excellent stuff. 97, Stone Cold, controversy because he went over the top rope but snuck back in. That led up to HBK losing his smile, jibbity jabbity, rat-a-tat-tat. We all know that story there. Okay, now, Stone Cold, 1998. Whole bunch of jabronis. You got guys like Golga from the Oddities. You have Kurgan, not quite as one of the Oddities just yet. He was still doing the South African Truth Commission. He had a whole bunch of jabronis, but it was all about Stone Cold because this is right as he was right to the moon, being rocket to the moon, and rightfully so because that's where the Bret 419 came from. 99, Austin McMahon storyline, the $100,000 bounty, the whole show, quite possibly the best pay-per-view overall because you had the bounty on Austin, you had the storyline of Austin McMahon. At one point, Droz is standing there by himself in the middle of the ring. It is crazy. 2000, Cactus Jack, Triple H, street fight. Oh my God, the best. I love you, Mick Foley. I freaking love you. Freedom, Pennsylvania, you know what I'm talking about. And The Rock wins it. The Rock wins it all, and that leads up to the Four Corners match, McMahon in every corner, which they kind of steal the storyline from, which is total BS, but whatever. Okay, 2001, the most complete in terms of star power, variety, storyline telling, the most complete Royal Rumble, without a doubt. Angle and Triple H, fantastic match. Angle is the best in-ring performer. One of them, arguably. Moving on. Oh, the other thing about 2001, Jericho and Benoit. Ladder match. Benoit, I will get to. But that ladder match, go watch it. They beat the holy shit out of each other. 2002, Triple H, Beautiful Day, YouTube, video, watch it on YouTube. Watch the highlight reel set to Triple H, Beautiful Day. 2003, Brock Lesnar, The Coronation. 2004, Benoit, front to back. Another Trouble in Paradise coming up soon. 2005, Batista and Cena, recreate the Bret Lex. Falling down, both feet at the same time. Then McMahon comes out to order it to restart and tears both of his quads. And one of the funniest things that you'll ever see. You got to watch that one. Check it out. 2006, Rey Mysterio, the exploitation of Eddie Guerrero. You know, he just died, yada, yada, yada. We all know that story. I know that other people have talked about it before. Wink. 2007, Undertaker. You got to give the rub to Mark Calloway. He is the man. 2008, Cena comes back from his shoulder injury. You know, it's set up for him, the 30th guy, biggest pop that you could possibly get from a cutthroat New York crowd. Another fantastic finish to that. Although you had, of course, because it was New York City, you had to have guys like Piper and Backlund and all this, the whole nine. Still very entertaining. And that was also setting up the retirement of Ric Flair. The retirement of Ric Flair with Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 24. I'm sorry, I love you. We all know that. But overall, I'm going to go with that, and then I'm going to fast forward to 2011, Alberto Del Rio, 40-man Royal Rumble. 2012, Sheamus, when Jericho should have won. We all know this, okay? Overall, I can say, though, any pay-per-view that you want to talk about, any single one of them, you've got to look at the Royal Rumble or buy this if you possibly can. But at the end of the day, I'll tell you what, Brett419 says, I'm getting the munchies, and I think I know where to go. Pizza Paradise. That's a good sauce.